Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back with another review for The Plague. This is going to be for The Plague Season 2, Episode 4, which is called Hell's Bells. Wow. This was a crazy episode of The Plague. One of the crazy, probably I'd rank this at the either second most craziest episode, maybe the craziest. I mean, this is like one of the top episodes of The Plague, in my opinion, at least. We lose basically the majority of our cast in this episode. We lose about 4 characters, 4 or 5, and it is intense. It is intense. So, if you haven't seen episode 4 of The Plague, I'm doing reviews for all of the episodes of season 2 because I missed some of my reviews. You guys know how it works. Anyway, as I'm doing these, I couldn't wait to talk about this episode, especially because what I'm doing, I'm re-watching them, and, just to kind of, make sure I got everything right, to watch it kind of like that second time, even though I've seen it like 3 times each episode because I love The Plague so much. But, re-watching this episode again really just made me think to myself, wow. You see, this is why this show is so good, because you can watch an episode like this. You don't get many episodes like this in television. You really don't. Where our group actually loses like more than like 1 or 2 people. They lose 4 characters. We lose 4 characters in this episode. Now, again, I will say, some of them are background characters, some of them not. Like, probably the biggest death of this episode, at least in my opinion, would be Sandy. That was the biggest one for me because I didn't think she would be killed off at all. I really didn't. Timothy, Eric, I was kind of like, okay, maybe, but I wasn't too sure. I thought maybe just one of the 2. I didn't think both. Plus adding Sandy and bald guy in there, so that was crazy, right? So let's run down what we've got in this episode. So we've got Anthony, who is driving to Scott's community to finish this, and basically when he's on his way over there, they run into the Plague people, and I really like this because they're starting to get the idea. They clear them out, but they're starting to get the idea that the Plague people they're going more so in groups. And, that's going to be obviously a huge problem. And so far, I mean, they've already got so many problems going on right now, so that they don't need that right now. So they don't need that stress. So anyway, they're on their way there, and then basically right off the bat, they have to line up. They run into Scott, and he's like, okay, line up, drop your weapons, get out of the RV, and line up. So, right around this point in time in the episode, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I wonder if, he's maybe just going to kind of like, maybe say, like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing this? What are you doing that? Kind of question them. Maybe Anthony's going to be able to talk his way out of this. And then maybe once he tries to kind of trick Scott into forgiving him again, then maybe Anthony will turn on him and kill him or something. Maybe that'll, sink into or get pushed into the mid-season finale. That's not what happens at all. They actually do lose, and they actually, they lose every, well, not everybody, but they basically lose the majority of who came there, because at the end of the episode, it's only Anthony and Blake that are still alive, which Anthony, obviously, thank goodness, because Anthony's, like, I'd say the main character of The Plague. Now, I do also like, though, how they are the only 2 that have survived, so now they have to go back and tell them, everybody else at the community, Garrett and everybody else, that, well, something happened, So, anyway, so first you get Eric, who gets killed, which was, already crazy enough, and I was like, okay, I didn't think that was going to happen, but okay, maybe 1 death, that's alright. But then Anthony goes after Scott, and then that, he loses that whole fight right there, and he gets back in line, and then basically, that's when Sandy gets killed, which was the biggest death of this episode for me. When, he keeps shooting her, and she's still alive. That was painful. When he shoots her the one time, and she gets back up, she keeps running. Then he shoots her one more time, she still gets up and she keeps running. And he shoots her one more time, she gets up and she starts running. And he shoots her one time, she gets up and starts running, and it's like, oh my god. And then, one of the shots actually kills her. And then, man, this is why I hate Scott, you know? He shoots her, and then, you know, then all of a sudden, like, Anthony's just like, you know, she was pregnant with my child or whatever, and you know, he's like, too bad, you know? I'm just like, you're not gonna say something other than that? Seriously, I mean, come on, seriously. He better redeem himself in season 3, because so far, I think he's the biggest villain of the show. Even more than Andy. I hate Scott. I don't even really hate Andy too much, compared to Scott. I just can't, I can't with Scott. I hate him every time. I just, you know, he's the villain. I guess you're kind of supposed to hate him, but if he will redeem himself in season 3, I really hope he does, because I do want to like his character. It's just right now, I can't reason with his character. He's just, you know, doing that. That was too much. You know, however, when he killed her, he didn't know that she was pregnant. However, and that's, you know, it's kind of like, well, okay, maybe Anthony could have said something beforehand, but he was just so shocked, you know. Anyway, so then Anthony keeps talking, so then, Scott kills, you know, of course, bald guy and, you know, Timothy, but I just, man, so, that was insane. So, basically, then he says, if you leave the community and if you don't, I'm going to come there and I'm going to get you out of that community yourself. Because he wanted to turn it into an outpost or something like that. So, just crazy again. So, moving into the end of the episode, I really did like how this ended, where they have to go back. And then basically we get the idea that leading into the mid-season finale, we're going to see one of the kind of craziest battles between Scott and, you know, Anthony. And the mid-season finale is insane. So I might even try to get my review up for that today, because I want to talk about that mid-season finale. But this episode, standalone, absolutely crazy. Love the episode. And at the end of the episode, we get the idea that we're finally going to see what's going to happen with the military group, you know, that Andy used to lead. And if Andy maybe went back there, but Anthony wants their help, and that's the only hope he has to fight Scott, so that's what he's going to be doing the next day, apparently. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Awesome episode of The Plague, and I'll try to do my review of the mid-season finale later on today, if not tomorrow, but I really do want to do a review of it today, because it's just awesome episode. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.